Hello, and welcome to Wyverns and Weirdos, The Journey Home. I am your Dungeon Master, Darby, and joining me as always are Zoe, playing Sevia, Emily, playing Beatrice, Laura, playing Conrad, and Johanna, playing Fall. Let's jump into it. Where we last left off, the party managed to convince through magical means some undead who were in control of a chained up door to move so the door would open, allowing them to enter into Papazottl's tomb, where they proceeded to smash up a bunch of glass cauldrons while a shield shot some shots at them. However, they managed to figure everything out. Shield is now face down on the ground. All the cauldrons are shattered, and the party were able to, without any additional incident, claim the amulet from within Papazottl's tomb, which Conrad one was the first to touch and failed his charisma save, and is now possessed with the spirit of Papazottle, or inhabited by the spirit of Papazottle. But he also threw the amulet to Sevia in order to have it identified. That is about where we left off.
So does Conrad have any sort of outward reaction to getting another little talky talk in his head?
I kind of imagine probably he would have thrown the amulet at Sevia, but he's about to picks it up and rears about to throw it, and then probably starts while he's throwing it. So instead of it throwing directly at her, it would have sailed past. I think she picked it up.
Yeah.
But and he kind of just just tunes out for a moment, and then snaps back into it after a couple of beats, and then continues to look over the rest of the treasure from the tomb. I believe he and Beatrice were looking in at the time, but he kind of just shakes his head just a little bit momentarily each time, periodically, I suppose.
Sevia's eyebrows furrow a bit, but yeah, she picks up the amulet. And do you want me to identify this now, or wait until we see if there's anything else worth looking at?
Depends. What is our course of action? And Kurikov steps back for a moment as well from looking over the stuff, and then opens up his little diary and then looks at the little map that he's sketched up. And have we covered most of the ground on this level? I've kind of...
So...
Any more places to investigate?
So that is interesting to say, because there is on the eastern wall of this room, Conrad, Fall, and Beatrice, you would notice this with your respective passive perceptions. There is a door, a secret door, a hidden door, that is here. You can see those markings. You can't really, because of... I will move... yes. Yeah, I'll move Artis over to it, because he has a light source from his dagger. So there is a secret door.
Interesting. So Conrad kind of looks over his notes, and then if no one else has spotted that yet, he kind of looks down at his notes, then looks up in that direction, and then looks kind of thoughtful, and then looks at Beatrice, who's near him, I believe. Might be an entrance there. Might be worth looking at.
That's what I thought. Shall we?
Yes. Bag the amulet for now, Saviour. We shall investigate later. Probably best to press on until we find more time for pause.
All right. She pockets it.
Strad on over.
All right. So yeah, it's easy enough to open, having noticed the secret door, and it leads through to a short corridor, which seems on first inspection to be a dead end, but any of you other than Sevia, basically, who go through it, notice there is another secret door on the other end of it, which again is easy enough to open, and appears, if any of you were to look through it, to lead through to another tomb. But as you are passing through this corridor, ancient cobwebs fill the narrow corridor, whose midway point features an arched alcove. Within the alcove, a dusty bottle stands on a table.
Full peer into it. Does it have any liquid in it?
So you no.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
Not liquid.
It is, yeah. So it is a bottle with a cork or a plug of some sort at its top.
Oh, that's weird. It's being here. Any idea what kind of vintage would have been in there, Conrad?
Oh, He kind of looks at it.
Actually, you're examining the bottle, aren't you, Full?
Yeah.
So you see a little figure waving from within, and muffled voice calling out in a language you do not understand.
Never mind about the vintage. There's someone in there.
What, in the wine bottle?
Yes, there's a tiny person in there.
Are you sure you haven't drunk on some of it?
No.
A little person? Kind of
You haven't walked through any
look.
weird spores lately?
No, I had my distance from him. Come and have a look.
Conrad will kind of
I'll
lean
hold
over
it.
to have a look
I'll
at
look
it.
for everyone. So they're talking loud enough to be understood, but just in a different language. The little figure.
Yeah. Not loud enough to be understood, but you
just
can
muffled.
understand that it
Okay.
is in a different language.
They'll just be like, hello, and then in Infernal as well, hello.
There's no change in the responses.
None of us can understand it?
No.
Mm.
Although, if you all want to make me an intelligence check, and I'll see if anyone might be able to make some sort of connection.
16.
16.
5.
5.
16.
16.
Natural 20,
Natural 20.
Oh,
making it a 25.
So, so for your incredibly high roll, and Beatrice, your roll combined with the fact that you know one of the dialects of this language, this is some form of primordial, some alternative dialect of primordial. So Beatrice, you know Auran. Sevia, with a 25, you are aware that this is specifically Terran. There's you can't speak it, but there's a couple of arcane words that you've come across to do with primordial magic that kind of have their roots. So particularly earth and magic tends to use there's some overlap in the words.
Cool. she's like, because from the looks on the map, this corridor is quite narrow.
Yes, it is 5
So
foot
she's
wide.
like, okay, so she's like peering around Fall and probably Conrad as well. She's probably like squished between them. And she's like, is it speaking Terran?
I beg your pardon?
That would make sense. It's yes.
It's a dialect of Primordial. Some of it is root words for magic, generally earthen in nature, but
Oh,
what is
strange.
it speaking Terran? Would Syria know anything about any particular creatures that speak Terran?
Roll me an Arcana check, probably.
Okay.
For this.
Oh, that was almost another nat 20. Arcana 27.
Okay. So a great many creatures. Most creatures that originate from the elemental plane of Earth would speak Terran, as well as a great deal many other creatures that are typically entwined with it. So Earth elementals, Dao, which are a form of genie, and yeah, such other creatures that originate from the elemental plane of Earth.
Okay. Yes, I believe it could be any number of creatures. Many creatures speak Terran, most of them from the elemental plane of Earth. So, you know, earthen elementals, certain kinds of djinn, those kinds of things. What is one doing in a bottle?
Yes. And what kind of spell would have made it so small and trapped it there? Or do you suppose we should let it out? Or it could be another trick of this place, but I hate to see something trapped, so...
That is quite upsetting. I mean, my only fear is there are well, is it so much a fear? There are legends of djinn being hidden, like trapped in bottles, and upon freedom they are, you know, they grant wishes. But who's to say that a genie here in Eberron is going to behave the same way one would on Fierlor? And even then, a lot of the mythos and legend around them tends to say that they sort of, it's more of a monkey's paw wish as well. You need to be very specific. It's much like speaking to the Fae.
Can we just say no thank you on the wish then?
Maybe?
How strange. It's like a fairy story. Well, if it's corked shut, we might be able to, like, you know, when he kind of, like, gestures to his rapier, poke it, and then take it out from a distance.
That's quite clever, actually.
If that's what you want to do, anyway.
Well, it would be cruel to leave it trapped in a bottle, especially when it's shouting so and no one can understand it. At least not amongst us.
No.
Who knows, maybe if it can speak common once released from the bottle, it might know more about where we're meant to go from here on out than we presently do.
Or may owe great power. Regardless, we can try. Up ahead, I do see another tomb also.
Oh.
So, suggestion. if you are so inclined to open this bottle, we do it in the room we have just cleared. And then everyone be careful, and we close the door to this corridor with us on the side of the corridor if it wants to attack. Yes?
It's a good idea.
Yes.
Good.
Seems fair.
Then we shall do it. Shuffle along, everyone. He like kind of like just shoves the person in front of him to go back because it's a no.
He probably
narrow
shoves.
corridor.
Yeah, he probably shoves Sevia directly into fall.
Shoves Sevia directly into fall. Go on, come on.
Oh,
Stop.
Sorry.
it's all good.
Walk back and Fall is also very carefully holding the bottle.
Excellent. And Connor's like, because Connor's probably like at the back of this line along with like Beatrice. So he shoves everyone and he's like, all right, now get back. No, most of you get back in that hallway, and then we shall try and open it. And then if not, he will then just like get like his rapier or like the thinnest one he has,
Yeah.
and stab the cork.
Okay, and pry the cork out, I take it?
Yeah, and then he'll like gesture for a fall to like kind of like just awkwardly like squeeze into that little entrance bit, and then he will pry the cork out as best he can
Okay.
from a distance.
So let's share this. Can I? Yeah, there we go. So as you uncork it, this cloud of dust and dirt kind of emanates forth from the spout of the bottle, before coalescing into the form of this dark earthen-skinned giant of a woman, or woman-like figure. Let's share this image. And she speaks a few words in what you assume is Terran before snapping her fingers and disappearing.
Well, that was strange.
She's a 9, by the way.
Oh, absolutely.
Damn right she is.
For people listening at home, you can Google DAO.
Yes.
And the name of this module I've just forgotten. Tomb of Annihilation.
Yes.
She looks hot.
Yes.
Conrad, he's not interested, obviously, but he's just like, oh, okay. Coughs out some dust. Well, there we go. Freed, I suppose. The woman is, yes.
Would Beatrice have understood any of the words? It's not entirely muffled by the bottle?
Roll me an intelligence check for actually understanding.
It's a 16 again.
16. General pleas to be let out. And there was kind of bits and pieces that implied a certain frustration, particularly when you were just talking around the bottle about her and not trying to speak with her.
I think she said thank you.
Oh, excellent. Well, you're very welcome.
She is gone.
There we go, I suppose. Onwards?
Yes.
Onwards.
Good to know that wasn't a trap. Maybe it was a trap that they were caught in.
Possibly. Might have been a previous adventurer. Anyway, no matter. Another tomb awaits.
So, yes, continuing on to this this next tomb. The air here reeks of sulfur and brimstone. On the floor of this chamber, a pentagram traced in salt surrounds an ornate sarcophagus, its lid covered with figurines of prancing, frog-like humanoids. Sevia, you have Obalaka in your head, and Obalaka is going to say to you, Yeah, she is going to say, I think the salt pentagram could use more salt. If you have any, it might be a good idea to add it.
Why do we require more salt?
This is the careful ward.
Against what is in that sarcophagus?
Yes.
Do we not
Possibly.
want to open this one?
This is the tomb of Nang Nang.
Nang Nang.
So Nang Nang was.
Oh, that's your little one with the spear, yes?
Yes, the grung. I believe it was.
Grungs are awesome. Also, while
Yes.
this is happening, Stevie's just like having her little head conversation. Crone's probably inspecting this and he kind of like leans down, licks a finger, and then puts a finger in the salt and is like, oh, it's salt. Okay. Well, that could have been worse, I suppose, but also better. It's salt.
Doesn't salt ward against something?
I wouldn't know.
Stevia?
A good meal.
I think a ward against a bad meal.
True. Depends on the amount of salt.
Oh, definitely.
You know, if the servants are doing a good enough job or whatever.
Salt generally is considered a ward against certain kinds of spirits. Depending on what you practice, can be good luck. When thrown over a shoulder, it can mean demons or ghosts or things such as that cannot cross pathways. To see it in a pentagram, I am suddenly quite wary of whatever is in that sarcophagus.
So you can see from here that arranged atop the sarcophagus are 12 painted wooden statuettes depicting grung. They're cute, but they're probably worthless if you tried to like sell them.
Cute but worthless title of my autobiography.
But you could have a little cute frog statue. Who wouldn't want one of them?
Yes. Nothing worthless about that.
So otherwise it is up to you probably, Sevia, to as to what you are going to say about what you have been advised by Oberlacher.
Well, I will admit, team, that the presence of protective wards in here where there have not been in other rooms, one that clearly must be maintained rather than passive, is certainly something that makes me feel a tad wary of doing what we have been doing. Perhaps if we are to open this sarcophagus, which I'm not even fully sure we should, it would be advised for us to take the same methodology as that bottle we just opened and perhaps do it from a distance, if we can, even from outside of the salt ring.
Conrad, standing at the edge of the salt ring, as you are, you feel a burst of air, almost as if someone is exhaling, like some sort of creature is exhaling from its nose in front of you.
Crow kind of like looks around like, who's there? Speak. Speak. Who is there? Should be such a fun thing for everyone else who's deliberating. What should we be doing?
What's going on? Yeah.
Welcome to
as soon as-
Fantasy BuzzFeed Unsolved.
Yeah, as soon as Conrad starts talking, Stevie is just immediately like, Yeah, Ryan Bergara face. Hashtag non-spawn, just like.
And Kuro kind of like probably still has his hand on his rapier and kind of like just reaches that and just waves it around in front of him in that space.
Hmm.
Who breathes there?
I guess, is this technically an attack?
I mean, I guess so. He's just waving it around in front of him. It's not a very good attack, if
Yeah.
that's the case.
I guess roll me an attack at disadvantage.
Alright. So 11, 18, so 11. Oh my god. So that's still a 23 to hit.
Okay, roll me damage.
Alright.
Beatrice,
I wonder.
while this is going on, turns invisible.
9 piercing.
9 piercing. Okay, let me
This
double-
fills me with so much confidence.
Okay. So Beatrice goes invisible. You hear this roar, this harsh, sneering roar, as a hulking, still human-sized, but hulking frog-like creature appears before you. Anyone is aware of them. This is a creature known as a Strahd.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Heather, what are you doing? Waving that.
And
waving that rapier around.
I'm gonna need everyone to roll me some initiative. As you have
22.
okay.
20 dirty.
Okay.
15.
15.
My luck ran out with that dice. That's a 5.
Ugh. Dragon Bait is 7, and Artis is pretty good. Artis is also a dirty 20. But he goes after Conrad because 1 NPC to lower decks. So. Alright. So, top of the initiative. Beatrice, you won initiative. Because of course you did. With 22.
Just quickly looking something up because I just remembered something.
Yeah. The Strahd is on deck and then Conrad.
Just a quick question too, Darby,
Yes.
for my round when I do that.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the clues for this level.
Yeah.
If one of them is relevant, can I roll an intelligence check to confirm or deny that?
Because that's what I was
thinking
about
that
to
too,
do.
yeah, okay. Yeah, sorry.
What is...
So-
which is the one that you...
Beatrice remembers part of a line was only a jewel can tame the frog.
Hmm.
We haven't encountered
Frogger
anything
room.
like that on this level
Yes.
to do with the warning.
So roll me an Arcana check, and Conrad, you can do that as well because you thought of it as well. Actually, anyone who wants to can roll me an
30,
Arcana.
20.
Dirty 20. So I'd say anyone who gets a 20 or higher would probably know this. There are some Strahds that have what is known as a control gem, which can often be used to control them.
Was that an intelligence or an arcana? Sorry.
Arcana.
Oh, then Sevia definitely got over a 20 because that would be a 31.
Paul got a
Okay.
13. That is amazing.
So Fall has no idea. What was Conrad's result?
16, which
16.
is bad luck because Conrad has a lot of gems
Yeah.
that he got from a tomb.
Um,
Eye gems.
yes.
So Beatrice is just gonna she's prior to this, she turned invisible, and you're just gonna hear her voice sort of go, it wasn't part of that poem thing, about the jewel and the frog. Who had the jewels?
Oh, that was me.
Only a jewel can tame the frog, she'll say. And she will pull out her short sword and just hold an action for if any of them, like if this creature is somehow able to get outside of the circle.
Okay. So, then it is its go. Because it doesn't have to go outside the circle, because Conrad's right there. So, it is going to, what's it gonna do? It is going to, it's gonna do a multi-attack to start with. So 3 attacks. One with its bite, 2 with its claws, or greatsword.
Oh, cool.
Claws.
And my AC is 20.
20, okay. So I rolled too low for all of those.
Hey, he's slippery.
Yeah, so Conrad, you managed to dodge out of the way of all 3 of these attacks.
While trying to rifle through his bag to find the stupid gemstone.
Yeah. And that is its go.
Conrad has an insane AC for a rogue.
That is its go, and Conrad, it is your go.
Alright, and so try to like dodge from this attacks. Conrad will then pull out, I can't remember the colours of them, but I believe he got at least 2 gemstones that had eyes on them, and he kind of just holds them up because, is this what you're looking for, creature?
They're
You
purple
tamed?
and blue.
Purple and blue. Zoe remembers.
Now, keep in mind, those gems were found on the floor below.
Ah,
They were found
that's
on
a
the
problem.
3rd floor.
Cool. Well, there we go. That's what he does of his turn, I guess. Because he genuinely believes that will help.
Where is... Okay.
Worth a try.
Yeah.
Yep. Over to Artis, I guess.
Yeah. Artis is going to back up and 3 bow strikes, is it? Multi-attack? Yes, 3 strikes with a bow. What is this? This lance. So one of those hits for 1d8 plus 2, so 5 points of piercing damage. Now you're all familiar enough with Artis's weaponry to know that he does not have a magical bow. This arrow seems to hit with full force. There doesn't seem to be any sort of resistance against it. Fall.
Fall also rolled a low arcana, so Fall is going to be like, oh, a jewel, okay, and take out his like new like little crystal earrings and be like, here you go, here. There's no need to attack,
Okay.
and just offer them out to this frog.
Okay.
That's my go.
I guess roll me a persuasion check. There's a really high DC,
Uh-oh.
but I guess
Okay.
it's technically possible.
17.
Not enough. It still seems to be in this furious state, seeking carnage. Dragonbait is going to charge into the circle and and makes 2 attacks with his Holy Avenger. A natural 1 and a 19. So that is so target is a fiend or an undead. What is so he doesn't wield a shield, does he? Yes he does. So a single-handed attack. That is 9 points of slashing damage that he does to this thing. Okay. Alright. Next is Sevia.
Hello. So, I'm assuming with a 31, I have kind of worked out it would be something we've gotten on this floor.
You would know that a Slard's control gem is generally a very specific thing. And you are probably aware that you have not come across anything that you necessarily recognized up to this point as a Slard's control gem.
Right.
Logic would dictate that it's probably somewhere on this floor, but you have not come across anything that you would recognize as a control gem for a Slard.
Okay. Well, first off, she's going, Dragon bait, what are you... Ooh! And then, okay, she's going to look around the room to see if there's anything in here that would be a control gem. But at the same time, she's going to pull out both the amulet Conrad just threw her and the skull one Beatrice gave her the previous night. Oh no, that morning, several hours ago. And just hold those up, just kind of being like, either of these, but she's also looking around, investigating.
I guess roll me a persuasion check.
Should I then roll an investigation?
Yeah, if you're wanting to look around.
I am. That was a persuasion of 4.
4. No, it seems unimpressed by these gems.
And then investigation, that's a 16 on the dice, which makes it a 25.
Okay, you are almost certain that unless it's in the sarcophagus, the control gem is not in this room. And that,
we need to... Oh, that's my turn,
that would be your turn. You can say something if you want, though.
I don't believe the gem that controls this beast is in this room. It's somewhere else.
All right. Finally, there is an urn atop the sarcophagus. And it is a sort of trap of sorts. And first creature to touch. Yeah, no, it doesn't do anything at the moment. There is an urn though.
Just looks ominous.
There is an urn. That actually, yeah, with that 25, you would spot the urn. As well, on top of the sarcophagus. Okay, Beatrice, it is your go. Slard and then Conrad on deck.
Beatrice is going to shout to everyone, take step back from circle. And then she's going to sort of move around slightly to that side. And she's actually going to drop her short sword and pull out her bow and fire 2 arrows at the frogman.
All right, roll to hit.
It's a nat 20.
Nice. All right. And Conrad and Dragonbait are within 5 feet of it, so you do get sneak attack. They are right up by it.
17 and then... So, that 20.
So we do maximum dice roll.
Max dice
damage
roll plus dice roll.
Yes.
So, max damage would be... I'm going to have to... I need a calculator. Oh, I don't think... Hang on, I've just got to double check.
So you've got... So this is with your longbow. So 8, 12...
I've been rolling sneak attack wrong for the last couple of rounds.
How
I meant
so?
to roll 3d6. I've only been rolling 1.
Oh!
So...
Okay. So 12 plus 18, so 30 is your max.
30 is my max.
Plus your
and
dice roll.
I just rolled very high.
Unless there's any additional stuff that you add, but you haven't designated a creature as your prey yet. So
not yet.
No. So 30 plus whatever you roll, which was
20. So that's a total of 57 damage for that first hit.
57 for the first hit. All right. And your second attack?
27 to hit.
That will certainly hit.
Do I still get sneak attack this time?
No. Once per turn.
Once per turn. Cool. Well, that's still 10.
10. That's... it's looking shaky.
I also suddenly pop back into existence.
Okay. So you do this massive amount of damage to it, and you see its wounds slowly start to heal.
It's that kind of boss fight.
So, and it is going to... yeah.
Sorry, Conrad and Dragonbait.
Yeah.
I made it mad.
I think Is it gonna...
It's all good.
Actually, it's gonna risk... but yeah, it's reasonably intelligent, so it's gonna risk an attack of opportunity from both you and Dragonbait there, Conrad.
Okay. I will try to attack then.
Alright, roll to hit.
Probably 18 to hit.
Okay, that just hits.
Okay. So that's a D8.
And I should check if Dragonbait hits. Dragonbait does not hit.
11 points of piercing damage.
11 points of piercing damage, okay. So it's looking shaky again. And it's gonna cast a big ol' fireball.
Counter spell?
Yeah, no, that just works. It's a 3rd level spell. Yeah.
Yeah, Simi's like holding these 2 amulets, and she's like staring at this urn, and she sees this lad do that and just goes, no, and just grabs it out of the air.
You very much recognize how this spell, like, is cast. And, yeah, minus material components, this is very clearly a fireball, and you just extinguish it immediately. Alright, next is Conrad.
I will pursue the grey slard.
All right.
Skittering across the salt. As I assume I can get to it.
Yeah.
And I am going to attack it.
Alright.
Alas, I will not get sneak attack. That's fine. So the first one's a 22 to hit. So
there is a way you could get sneak attack. No,
Yes?
you've already moved, so you can't get it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, precisely. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine. So 22 to hit.
22 hits.
Which hits. So it's a D8. So 10 points of piercing damage. And then I have a second.
You should have gotten sneak attack on your attack of opportunity, though.
Oh, cool. Can I do that after I've done this attack then, I guess?
Yes.
All right. So 10 points of piercing damage, and my second attack is a 15 to hit, so that misses. That's fine.
Misses.
And I'll do my sneak attack from before. Oh my god. So 3, and then the third one is a 3, so 6.
Okay.
So altogether 16 points of piercing damage on this
every bit
slug.
counts. Every bit counts.
That's it. And what kind of a bonus action? Not much. I'll just activate a form of dread, actually, as a bonus action, just for funsies.
All right.
So again, like the veins on Crow's like neck kind of like stand up, and I gain some temporary hit points.
Nice. So how many temporary hit points is that?
So it's 1d10 plus 5.
All right.
So let's have a look. That is 7 plus 5, so 13 temporary hit points.
Nice.
And if I can do that on each of my turns, if you hit a creature, you can force it to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, we can say you did that to start with.
So, yeah. So it's only a DC 14, but there we go.
Nat 20.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Cool.
All
All right. Awesome.
Yeah.
My turn.
Yeah. Next is Artis, who is 3 arrows. One of those hits for 9 points of damage. Okay. All right. Ball is your go.
Okay, Paul's gonna be like, we can go over and attack. Okay. And we'll run over to the frog.
Yep.
And I will attack it with my quarterstaff.
All right.
That's 27 to hit.
That'll certainly hit.
So that'll be 15 damage, and I'll do 2 charges on the staff of striking for extra d6s. So that's 25 damage total.
All right. So it was 25. So God. It is looking incredibly shaky.
Okay, I'll go to jab it in the throat.
Yep.
That's 22 to hit.
That certainly hits.
Excellent. So that's 8 damage.
8 damage. That is actually enough.
Okay. I guess I just crush its windpipe.
Yeah. Yeah, because you can basically maneuver it against that that support column there and crush it, like bow staff up against it, crush it, push using the pillar to kind of counterweight it, I guess.
Good, it's gone limp. Good job.
Oh, yes, it is.
Good. Well, that's that. Excellent. Kind of sheaves his rapier. I was like, okay, all done now.
Are we sure of that? Nothing's ever as it seems.
I mean, we can make sure it's dead, I suppose. Stab it in the head or something like that. I mean, that's but yes, it should be fun. So the sarcophagus, we were opening that one up, yes?
I guess. Sevia is going to, she kind of looks over at what Fall just did to the slot, and is just kind of like, well.
Paul is also like, ugh.
And then she is going to go and pick the urn up off the sarcophagus.
All right. Can you roll me a wisdom saving throw?
Oh wait, no, my wisdom's bad. 21.
That is the DC exactly. So you feel this urn almost try to cast a spell on you as you pick it up. And there is nothing in there, but yeah, it tried to cast a spell on you simply for disturbing it.
No one else touch this.
Right.
It has harmful intent.
Right?
Did it get you?
No, thankfully, apparently I'm wiser than it. But,
Good.
still, no one else touch it, and be careful opening the sarcophagus.
All right.
She looks inside, but as you said,
Yeah.
it's empty, so.
So, who is going to attempt, if anyone, to open the sarcophagus?
Conrad will if no one else does.
I mean, I was going to say Beatrice would look at Conrad and sort of go, well, are we doing this?
All right. You straight up to the sarcophagus to open it up.
Yeah. All right.
Crack it open.
Roll me
That's
an
just Beatrice.
athletics check. With advantage if Beatrice is helping you. Which it sounds like she
This
is.
is no, so with Beatrice's assistance, unfortunately there's no one here that Conrad would like to see this displayed to, but like he likes, you know, he looks like he lifts this like the best he possibly can. That was a nat 20.
Nice.
He just looks so like he's a little dude, but he's pretty hefty regardless. So yeah. Sweat dripping off his brow.
Yeah.
His pallid brow.
So, within the sarcophagus, as you open it, you see there is a potion of some description. It appears to be some sort of potion of healing. Of what level, you do not know. But identification could possibly sort that out. There is also a petrified grung egg. And the bones of the bones of a of a grung.
Doesn't look too interesting. Potion and some strange rock. Okay.
Looks egg-like.
Suppose you would know. Interesting. Well, we're grabbing both of these? Yes? Sevia potion, catch. Now.
Oh, don't throw it!
Or
Too
like
late.
goes to throw it and then like just pulls it back. Okay. Yes, true. Later.
Beatrice, as a sort of aside to Conrad, is like, you know, she's not very good at that.
No, you're right. Not very athletic. True. Okay, good.
All right. So, did someone touch the grung egg?
Beatrice will have picked it up when Conrad picked up the potion book.
Okay. Beatrice, roll me a charisma saving throw.
Ooh. Charisma, wasn't it?
Yes.
19.
19. Okay, yeah, that is enough. But you feel this is akin to when the spirits attempt to possess or to enter. So you basically are able to identify that this is the artifact.
This
of
is the
Nagano.
thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Beatrice sort of like twitches a little and shakes her head. Well, this is the artifact. And she holds the egg in her hand.
That's the thing. What would it do? It's just
I
an
have
egg.
no clue. And she like tests its weight. Might be alright to throw at somebody's head.
True. Good point.
So like a little shot put or something.
She pockets it.
All right, well, onwards and upwards. That's really all was to be found in here. At least it wasn't too much of a fight.
So yes, so you're aware that this is basically the extent to which you were able to, like, you've explored the extents of this, unless you wanted to go further explore the false tomb, or you wanted to.
So yeah, Conrad's basically checking over his map notes by this point. He's like, I think that's everywhere here. We should probably try to go downwards.
Yeah. The only thing would be you are aware that having defeated the white that utilize the office on this level, that there may be some stuff in there.
The best place to go downstairs was probably the staircase that I discovered earlier. So we should probably make our way over there, I think.
Did we go through the room that thing was in?
Yes, well, that creature. We might have clues to where.
He may have sent Exley.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Yeah, there are three. There are three ways basically to go down. There's the stairway leading there. There is a central staircase, and there is that. All right, so you go through to Wither's office.
I will quickly note, because we have to go back through the place that had the chariot. While we're doing that, Corey would like to have a look at how big is the shield?
Is
it carryable?
Somewhat. It's let me double check.
Cool.
Let me double check.
So people kind of wandering past, it's like, carry on. Artist, you can linger if you want. Doesn't really matter.
It would almost be like a tower shield in a way. Like, it would be theoretically possible to utilize, but it would be very heavy.
So Karan's kind of like testing it to see if he can carry it, pick it up, and if there'd be like a way he could kind of like make it so it's like a backpack, I guess.
Not really.
If he would be able to bear that load, I suppose.
Not really carryable as a backpack. Like, it's more of a, if you were to use it as a shield, it's more of a tower shield, which aren't the greatest for maneuverability. It's doable. It's doable, and it would effectively give you half or 3/4 cover if you were behind it, depending on what angle
he's not
you're
looking
at
it for shield purposes.
Oh, you're looking at it for its weaponized purpose.
Yeah. He looks over at Dragonbait. It's like, how buff does Dragonbait look?
I mean,
Dragonbait be able to carry the
Dragonbait's
shield?
pretty strong. It's the issue would be in trying to get it to essentially hold it in a way that doesn't hold it and carry it in a way that it's not just going to be every 6 seconds blasting off a bolt.
Conrad, while he's like, Dragonbait, over here, wish to speak.
Dragonbait approaches and kind of cocks his head. I'm
going to test something. You watch, all right? And Conrad's going to do you have like cloak or anything that you can use? Bedroll? Give if you have.
Yeah.
All right. And Conrad chucks off like his suitcase that he has strapped to his back. And he kind of digs through that, and he has like some clothes. He has like a jacket, and he hands the jacket to Dragonbait, and then turns back to the shield, and he's going to flip it back over, and he grabs the jacket off Dragonbait, and puts it over the shield and then waits to see if it does anything.
Okay. It does nothing as it is covered.
Now, be careful. He takes the jacket off.
Okay. You wait a beat and then it. No, you bowed, so yes, it doesn't.
Yes. Excellent.
And it can't. Yeah, because of where Dragonbait is, it can't target him because it can't see him.
Excellent. So Cora then puts the jacket back down on it. It's like, my suggestion, you have good tallness. You should be able to carry. We could put this on your back. Then we could put this over the shield so it is covered. Then if we come across creature, then you can just take off and your back will be covered. Your back will be protected because this can shoot behind you. Idea? Sound good? Possible for you?
Mm-hmm.
We shall try. And then Cora's going to set about he's got some rope. He's going to set about assisting Dragonbait with basically putting this onto his back, and then with that sort of strapping, I can roll for this if you want to make it so that there's a bit where Dragonbait can just pull a rope and it will take off the cover of the shield.
Okay.
I can roll for that if you want me to.
So you want to.
I basically wanted an option for another character. It can be the NPC, where if Dragonbait makes an action or a bonus action, he can uncover the shield, and the shield can then activate its every blah amount of turns thing.
Yeah, that's doable.
Hell yeah.
I think if Artis got wind of this, he would recommend that every one of you bows before the statue that you bowed before. You bowed in front of, so that you are no longer valid targets.
Cora turns around and is good suggestion. Everyone go bow at that statue, or you'll get hit by something. Do it right now.
Fallen Seaby, who are probably walking out of the room being what does Conrad mean, tarry? And then oh, and about face.
Oh, right.
Yes, that statue right there. Go bow to it.
Okay. Bow.
Bow.
Good people. Good. Excellent.
So as if to test it out, once everyone's bowed to it, Dragonbait's just gonna go to where the shield was that little alcove where the shield was held, and release the jacket from the shield. And nothing happens.
Perfect.
I will say, when Beatrice went up to bow, she did grumble a bit about it. Just under her breath, but she did grumble.
That's fair. Good. Excellent. And Cora's going to help re-put the jacket over the shield.
All right.
Let's go.
All right. So, you, as a party, I take it, are... so you're going to Wither's office.
Yes.
So, going into this office, you see candles dimly illuminating the cluttered office here. A skeletal songbird rasps at you from a filthy cage in one corner. Other furnishing includes a wooden writing desk and a tall-backed chair. Anatomical drawings sketched in charcoal hang on the wall behind the desk. Seated in the chair is the shriveled corpse. No, that is no longer there because that is Withers. Yeah, so searching around the room, because I'd say you have time to do a proper search. There are a number of... There is a journal handout that we have. If people want to be able to access that, it is in Fantasy Grounds. We did have a quick crash because I have untested plugins that I have turned off. But for the benefit of listeners, the Master returns with a marvelous gift. Cast off creation of the gods, dead and yet not. The all-seeing is blind to its existence, and the Mother of Illusions looks past it. Sweet irony. The master hopes to raise the creature to power by glutting it on souls. The master has brought the Sun sisters here to nurse it and to help build the device needed to feed it. As for me, I am only saddened that my studies shall one day come to an end. I owe the master much for the time she has given me. I can only work harder in the little time that remains for this world.
Kari kind of like looks back in the direction of where the little room with like the wrapping cages or whatever it was, and then look back down at that.
Yeah.
And then just like passes the note to like Seaver or Beatrice or whoever's closest. Fall even, I don't know.
Yeah.
Go look at the bird.
There is also within the room various things that you can find. There is a bronze mask, a grey stone, which Sevia, with your 31 from before, you would pick up that this would have been the control gem for the Strahd. A heavy book with thick covers inlaid with glyphs. The pages to it almost seem as thick as the cover. There is also a scholar's pack, the skeletal songbird that seemingly probably can't fly by the looks of things, and finally a spell book, which appears to have belonged to Withers. So I can...
While people deliberate, Conrad is going to try and talk to the bird.
Okay.
Hello, can you understand?
Ooh, that is a good question.
Because it's a skeleton, but it's reanimated, so it should be able to hear at least. It might just, I don't know, if it can make noise.
So you're basically using speak with animals here, aren't you?
Yes, yes.
Read me the description of this spell.
Alright, let's have a look. You gain the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts for the duration. The knowledge and the awareness of beasts is limited by their intelligence, but at minimum they can give you information about nearby locations and monsters, including whatever they can perceive or have perceived within the past day.
So it is no longer a beast.
No longer a beast.
It is an undead creature now.
Cool, that's alright. Kari's still trying to talk to it. That's what he's doing while people do other things.
It is not responsive.
Excellent.
Like, it kind of responds physically to it, but like you don't get the impression that it understands what you've been saying.
Cool. And I will note in the background while people are doing other things in this room, Conrad is going to, after a little time, like get a bit frustrated, but he's also going to try and undo the cage for it.
Okay.
In the background. That's what he's doing.
Yep. All right.
Is Sevia is like she's like skimming through every book we find.
Okay.
And then she's looking specifically for any information that would be relevant to where Exley is, but if there's anything that pops out, she'll read it. But as a general thing, I'm just saying she's like flipping through every book. And depending on what she finds, as soon as she's done, she's going to just like hand them to Fall, whatever he is doing. Just like hand them to him to hold.
Roll me an Arcana check on the heavy book.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. So it's not enough to know the specifics of it, but this seems to be a golem manual for the creation of golems.
And that's the glyph book?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay. Put a pin in that one for later. Then. It's about creating golems.
Oh, wow.
As for whether or not there is going to, is there anything that might explain where Exley is?
Mhm.
Roll me an investigation check.
Okay. Someone pick a number between 1 and 11.
4.
Cool. Ooh. Investigation. 22.
22. There, you don't find any information specifically on where Exley might be, but you do find something on that maybe explains why he didn't come back when Withers was destroyed, which is simply that there is some magic, particularly magic that is involved with escaping the tomb or trying to bypass certain traps of the tomb, and similar types of magic that simply do not work or work in different ways here.
Right.
What those ways for different spells are, you do not know. But there are, the tomb has certain wards on it that mess with magic that is used to escape the tomb.
Right. I'm assuming this might be like, this is probably some information she finds in like a book or just like on like a scrap of card or something. I don't know. Or just information she gleans from different things. And when that realization hits her, she kind of rocks back on her heels a little bit. She just kind of goes, oh. He was condemned.
What do you mean?
Certain magics here don't work. Or work wrong. Normally any spell that would send someone away, there is a way to dispel it, fix it, or when the creature casting it dies, it ends. But it did not. Exley did not come back. Withers knew he would stay wherever he sent him.
Oh, so he's stuck somewhere.
I thought I had clearly since he is not here, but it feels strange to know that Withers did that.
Yes, that's quite the cruel move on his part. But I suppose at least it's not like he incinerated him or anything. He's just somewhere.
Fighting? Maybe. Waiting for us? Maybe.
Maybe, but I guess we can't know until we find him.
Yes. Which we will. Of course. Of course.
Of course.
So, unless there's anything else that people want to explore within this room, Conrad, you're fairly easily able to let this skeletal bird out of its cage, or enable it the ability to go in and out of its cage. It doesn't.
What does it do?
It doesn't immediately go to jump out of the cage.
Conrad offers his like hand for it.
Roll me
Climb on.
Roll me an animal handling check, because it is undead, but it is still strict. It is so spells that affect beasts don't affect it, but it still has the behavior of an animal.
It's a creature.
Yeah.
It's a flat 14. He has 0 on animal
Flat
handling,
14.
funnily enough. He's good at horse riding. Horses just don't like him.
I'd say that's enough for it to kind of just tentatively hop onto your finger in that way that birds do.
Yeah. Crowd looks very pleased, like, excellent, good. Like, just kind of like straightens up and turns around to see, like, probably like Fall and Seaver, like, whispering about something. And Beatrice vibing, I presume.
Beatrice is watching Conrad.
Conrad turns around with a little skeleton bird on his hand and looks at Beatrice and looks a little bit awkward.
Okay.
Well. Any good information found here?
Nothing about where Exley is.
Okay.
But certain that wherever he was sent, he is remaining there, unless he gets himself out. So, if we can find out where he was sent, we at least know he will be there. And it isn't some kind of blink situation where he's being sent around different places.
Well, then we just need to go find him. Let's press on.
Yes.
Crowd will stride out with the bird on his hand, unless it flies off.
So you decided that you were going to descend via the spiral staircase, was it?
Yeah.
Or the grand staircase? Spiral. Okay.
The one that Connor went down before, I think. You saw some green mold or green slime.
Green. The green slime was further down. You wouldn't have seen slime from
it was
the
something
floor
green,
down.
I remember.
Yeah,
There
I think
is-
that was when we were
Barbarian in
looking.
Yeah.
I think that's when we were looking in the pool.
There is.
Font.
No, there would have been green slime on the 5th floor down that was visible from the staircase.
Oh yeah.
You would have also seen it
going
through the
down.
scrying pool, but yeah.
Yeah. Going down. That's the staircase.
To the 3rd, 4th, or 5th floor.
I don't know.
Are you just going one floor down?
I guess so.
Okay.
Again, we don't really know where we're going. We have no
Yeah.
indication of where to go or where Exley is or anything. So
Oh, all right. In that
it's kind of a
case,
crapshoot for him.
yeah, you make your way down to the third floor doorway on the spiral staircase, and that's where we're going to leave it for this week.
Okay. See you next week, everyone.
See you next week.
Goodles.
Bye.
Bye.